Do you have really deep passion for the work that you do? Are you doing it because it really means something to you and you really want to share that with your clients and tell people about it, but you're not quite sure how to do that without oversharing or telling them things that aren't important? Today you're in luck because we are going to be talking about the one thing you need to make sure you include in your personal brand statement to build trust. This is the fourth sentence in the 5-sentence framework for building a personal brand statement. There are already 3 other videos, and there's another one coming out after this one, so make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any of them. The first thing you need to know about this sentence in your personal brand statement is that it is one of the most important because its function is to build trust. When people are able to see why you do what you do, a little bit into your heart about why you're passionate about this work, they will be able to trust themselves with you. This gives you credibility and authority and also serves to connect you with your ideal clients because your stories will resonate with them. Depending on your story and the experiences that you've had and what brought you into your work to start with, this might feel a little bit vulnerable or a lot vulnerable. And I just want you to know that you are totally in charge of being able to decide how much you want to share. You don't have to bare your soul here. And you also might have a couple of different versions depending on the audience that you're speaking to. This sentence in your personal brand statement is going to be sharing some experience that you've had, something about you that shows why you do the work that you do. This is a statement of your own personal belief or conviction or something that is a big part of who you are that makes you do this work. I have another video on creating a story vault for yourself, which I would highly recommend you watching. So grab your journal and do some thinking and writing about what it is that drives you to do the work you do. Where did it start? Was it something in your upbringing? Was it something in your personal life? Was it some realization that you had that helped you determine that this was your calling, that this is the work that you want to do? When you share this with your ideal clients, it lets them know that they can trust themselves with you. The first part is going to be all about an experience you had or a new realization you had. It's going to start with words like when I or I discovered. To use our nurse as an example, we could say, when I was a young nurse, I looked around and saw all the older nurses and how worn out and tired they were, and that was not the fate I wanted for myself. So I built a business around supporting nurses to create something different for themselves, so nobody else would have to go through that. Or the accountant could tell a story like, when I was working alongside my dad at our family dry cleaners, I saw how important it was that every penny was accounted for and that there were places that could be eliminated and the business could still run really well. And now I'm so happy I get to do that for other small business owners. Or our lawyer speaker could say something like, as an immigrant coming to America as a young child and making my way through law school, it was so much harder because I didn't have anyone to look up to. So I now am making sure that I am that for young girls so that they can see an example of what is possible. This can be as vulnerable as you want it to be. I have more to say about this, but first I would like to hear from you. I would love to know if you have a story that goes with your personal brand statement that you tell often. And if you'd care to share it in a brief form in the comments, I would love to see it and give you some feedback maybe on how you could reduce it into something that could be used in this sentence, this 4th sentence in our 5-sentence framework. I'm Annie Kipp, and this is what I do with my clients. I'm a coach, a strategist, and a thought partner for high achievers and business leaders who want to build a business around themselves. This channel is growing, but it's still small enough that I can respond to every single comment myself. So if you leave a comment, you'll be hearing from me. The most important thing I want you to know about this sentence, your truth statement, is that it really needs to be genuine. It needs to be heartfelt, and it needs to be something that means something to you, maybe also is a little bit vulnerable, tells a little bit more about who you are as a person, so that your clients have something to grab onto, something that they can see in you that they can relate to, something about you that is similar, that tells them that they can trust you, that you understand their problem, that you are very capable of solving it with them. If you can't wait for the next video, I would highly recommend that you watch the video on creating a story vault for yourself. This is a great way to collect your stories, to get straight on what you want to say about yourself. You can use these things in your branding, you can use them in your social posts, you can write blog posts about them, but doing the work of creating a story vault for yourself first will be really helpful for you. Our next video is all about telling people how to connect with you. And this is an important one for this day and age because it is a very connected world we live in. So be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Be sure to go back and listen to the other videos about each of the individual sentences in this 5-sentence framework for writing a personal brand statement. I'm Annie Kipp, and I will see you next time. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.